So for your problem number 5, you have this as your cylindrical vessel into which it falls. Okay, this is your, the diameter of this is given, height and diameter of the base is given. Right? So this is on which, and say there's a roof here. From the roof, from this roof, uh, water is there up to a certain level. Let us say this level is H. Okay, and this water now falls on the cylinder. Okay, the cylindrical vessel. And what are the dimensions of the cylindrical vessel? The diameter is 2 meters and the height is 3.5 meters. So it's a big cylindrical vessel. If you see, you can see 3.5 meters. Okay, and here we have length as 22 meters and say your breadth as 20 meters. And we have already taken the height of this roof to be, height of the water level in the roof to be H. Okay, now this height H will give us our rainfall, because rain is falling on this roof and rain is getting collected, say up to a height H. Then this height will give us the rainfall. As I told you in the beginning, only in case of a rain gauge, you place it in an open place, or for a rough estimation, you can collect the rainwater in a cuboidal tank placed in your roof, or you can collect it in your roof also, because the roof is also cuboidal. So you can do it that way also for rough estimation, but precise estimations you have to have a rain gauge. So here they are making a rough estimation. They are collecting the water on the roof. So here, say water collects up to a height of H. Okay, so what is the volume of water in the what should I say, roof? Let H be the height of water collected in the roof. Cuboidal, this roof is cuboidal, so we have your length and we have your breadth and you have your height. Okay, this much meter cube. Okay, sorry, no, no, I was about to write the height. Why am I writing the volume? BH. Therefore, volume of water collected in the roof is length into breadth into height. This much meter cube. We are expressing height in meters also, because all measurements are given in meters. Ultimately, height will come down to centimeters or millimeters. Okay. So now this amount of liquid, or this amount of water that is collected, 22 into 20 into H, this is collected into this vessel. Say it reaches, and what happens? Um Now this rainwater actually just fills this cylindrical vessel. Okay, that is what is given in the problem. That the water is enough in the roof to fill this cylindrical vessel up to the top. Okay, so what is the volume of the cylindrical vessel? Volume of water in a cylindrical vessel. volume of water in the cylindrical vessel is pi r square. What is the radius? Diameter here is given to be 2. So radius will be half of the diameter, pi r square, and height is given to be 3.5. This is the volume of water that collects in the cylindrical vessel. Water is drained from this cuboidal tank and it collects in this cylindrical vessel, and the cylindrical vessel is full. So that means the volume of water collected in the cylindrical vessel must be equal to the volume of the cylinder. So this is pi into 1 square into 3.5 by, let's write this as 35 by 10. You can put the value of pi also. This will cancel 5 times, twice, and this will cancel 11. So 11 meter cube. Now see the volume of water in the cuboidal tank here that we have found. This must be equal to the volume of water in the cylinder, because the same amount of water is being drained from the roof into the cylinder. So therefore, according to the problem, these two volumes must be equal. So now you can calculate H from here, and H will come to 'H is equal to 11 by 22 into 20. This will cancel here. You get simply 1 by 40 meters you are getting. Okay. You convert this to centimeters. 2.5 centimeters. So what was the rainfall here? 2.5 centimeters. You can convert this to millimeters also, which is 2.5, because the rainfall is normally expressed in either centimeters or millimeters. Okay, so this is 25 millimeters or 2.5 centimeters. This was the amount of rainfall here. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
If not, then I can move on to number 6 here. Number 6. The question here is the volume of a cone is same as that of a cylinder whose height is 9 centimeters. That means height of the cylinder is 9 centimeters. So volume of a cone, cone is given to you, a cylinder is given to you. Both their volumes are given to be equal. It is given to you also that the height of the cylinder is 9 centimeters and the diameter is 40 centimeters. Next information that is given to you about the cone. Find the radius of the base of the cone if the height is 108 centimeters. So height of the cone is given to you as 108 centimeters. So clearly this cone is given to you here. And a cylinder is given. Both have the same volume. Okay. Uh, and what are the measurements given here? The volume. The question is volume of a cone is same as that of a cylinder whose height is 9 centimeters. Whose height is 9 centimeter means we are talking about uh, this height here, 9 centimeters. Height of the cylinder we are talking about. And diameter is 40 centimeters. This diameter. This diameter here. This diameter here is 40 centimeters. Okay. Next, find the radius of the base of the cone. That means you have to find out this radius. Let us say this is R. If its height is 108, so height of this cone is given to be 108 centimeters. Okay, so this is an easy problem, I think. You find out both the volumes, and since the volume of the cone and the cylinder are equal, you equate it, and you find out the radius. So I say let the radius of the base of the cone be r. The radius of the base of the cone be r. Therefore, what is the volume of the cone? One third pi r square into h. H here is 108. What you can do here is you can cancel 3 and 6. So you get 36 pi r square. Okay, this is the volume of the cone. We'll put the value of pi later if required. Next, volume of the cylinder is pi. What is the radius here? And the diameter is given to be 40. Radius is 40 by 2 pi r square. H. Height is 9. So that means pi into 20 square into 9. So this cancels in 20 square. Okay, so this much centimeter cube, and this volume is centimeter cube. Now it is given according to a problem that both the volumes are equal. Volume of the cylinder and the volume of the cone are equal. That means 36 pi r square must be equal to pi into 20 square into 9. Both the volumes have to be equal. Now clearly pi and pi cancel from both sides. So you don't have to put the value of pi. Therefore, what do you get the value of r square? The value of r square you get as 20 square into 9 divided by 36. You can multiply and then find the square root. Otherwise, the best way is to write this as 20 square, and 9 you write as 3 square, and 36 you write as 6 square, because all the numbers are squares. So that now you can write this as 20 into 3 divided by 6 whole square. So therefore, what is r square here? R square is 20 into 3 divided by 6. That means r is 20 into 3 divided by 6 only. Now you can cancel. So the radius you have got as 10 centimeters. Okay, so whenever two volumes are given to be equal, don't put the value of pi, because pi will cancel later on. And as it is in normal problems also, try to put the value of pi later, at last. That will reduce your calculation. Otherwise, you'll take longer time. Chances of making mistakes are also high. Let us see the next problem. The next problem is number 12 here. Number 12. The question states a hollow metallic cylindrical tube has internal radius 3 centimeter and height 21 centimeter. The thickness of the metal of the tube is half centimeter. The tube is melted and cast into a right circular cone of height 7 centimeter. Find the radius of the cone correct to one decimal place. Very important problem. This is the case of a hollow cylinder, also a conversion of solids. Okay, so this is a case of hollow cylinder. A hollow cylinder is getting converted to a cone, not a solid cylinder. This time it's a hollow cylinder. this hollow cylinder is getting converted to a solid cone actually. Okay. So let's see now what the information, what information is given here. The hollow metallic cylinder tube has internal radius 3 centimeter. Clearly this radius, internal radius, this is 3 centimeters. Okay. Um, and height 21 centimeters. Fine. So this height is 21 centimeters. Okay. What is the material? The material is all this. Shaded region is the material. Now what is happening is, let's see with it, but this is the material. Remember. Okay, and you have a cavity inside. The part that I'm not shading is actually the cavity part. Okay. That is the hollow part inside. Has height 21 centimeter. Thickness of the metal is half centimeter. So this thickness here is half centimeter. Okay. The tube is melted and cast into a cylindrical cone of radius 7 centimeter. Oh, height 7 centimeter. Okay, so this is cast into a cone here, and the height of this cone is given to be 7 centimeters. Okay. Find the radius of the cone correct to 1 decimal place. You need to find out the radius of this cone. Okay, this cone. Let's say the radius here is x, radius of this cone. Okay, so I say let the radius of the cone be x. Okay. Now, first of all, we'll find out the material with which the hollow cylinder is made. Now, if you see, I have shaded the part in the cylinder. That part is your material. That material is actually melted and then formed into a cylinder. So, how will you find out the part of the shaded part? So, for that, what you need here is you need the internal radius and the external radius. Okay. So, for the cylinder, what is your inner radius? Inner radius is given to be 3 centimeters. Okay. Thickness here is given to be half centimeters. So therefore, what should be the outer radius? Outer radius will be inner radius plus the thickness. You agree with this? 3 centimeter is the inner radius, and you add the thickness to this, right? You'll get the outer radius. So this will be 7 by 2 centimeters. So you're getting the outer radius. Let's call the inner radius as small r and the outer radius as capital R. So what should be the volume of the material now? Therefore, volume of the material of the cylinder volume of the material of the cylinder, outer volume minus inner volume. And what is the outer volume? It is pi capital R square H. And what is the inner volume? Pi small r square. Height is the same in both the cases. Height is 21 given. That is why H I have not changed. You can write here height H is equal to 21 centimeters. Okay. So what does it come to? Pi H R square minus R square. Let us now put the values. So pi is 22 by 7. Or you can skip the value of pi. We'll put the value of pi later. Maybe pi will cancel. So that is why let pi be. Pi and height is 21. And radius here is, outer radius here is 7 by 2. And inner radius here is 3 centimeters. Okay, so this is what we are getting here. So pi into 21. And what you can do here is you can simplify this a little. 49 by 4 minus 9 by 21, and 49 minus 36 is 13. You can take the LCM. 49 minus 36 divided by 4. So this comes to 521 into 13 by 4. Okay, this much centimeter cube. This is the volume of the material with which the cylinder is made. Okay, now we shall find out the volume of the cone. For the cone, what is the radius? This is now, this cone is a solid cone. This cone, we are making a hollow cylinder into a solid cone. Okay, so what is the radius of this cone? Radius is equal to x for the cone. And what is the height here? Height of the cone is given to be how much? 7 centimeters. So what is the volume of the cone? Volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square. R is x into h. Okay, this is what your volume of. So 7 pi x square divided by 3. It's more centimeter cube. Now see, if all the material is being used from this hollow cylinder, if I'm using all this material to make the cone, that means the volume of this hollow cylinder must be equal to the volume of this cone. So according to the problem, you have pi 21 into 13 by 4 is equal to 7 pi x square by 3. Now if you see, pi and pi cancel, no need to put the value of pi here. They cancel here, and therefore you get x square is equal to solve this equation. You will get 21 into 13 into 3 divided by 7 into 4. This is what you are getting. Okay. You are getting 21 into 13 into 3 divided by 7 into 4. Now let's see what cancels. This cancels here with 3. Nothing else cancels. So you're getting 3 square into 13, and 4 can be written as 2. Therefore, what are you getting here? You're getting x is equal to square root of 3 square, not x square, x is equal to square root of 3 square into 13 divided by 2 square. So this actually comes to 3 root 13 divided by 2. This is the volume of, this is the your radius of the cone. Okay, so if you calculate root 13, what is the question? The question here states that if you have to calculate in certain, yes, one place of decimal you have to calculate. So what you do here is that you calculate root 13. Okay, and by division method you have to calculate the square root of 13, and the square root of 13 should come to 3.605. Up to 3 places you calculate, divided by 2. Okay, so this is, if you cancel this, if you multiply this 3.605 you will get this as 5.4075. Okay, now the question here states that you have to express it till one place of decimal, correct to one place of decimal. So you write here is equal to 5.4 simply. It's equal to 5.4, correct to 1 decimal place. That's it. Okay. So that is how you calculate. Hollow cone being converted into a hollow cylinder being converted into a cone. So this problem was an important problem, so to speak. Okay. Because the conversion, when we're talking about conversion of solids, you'll normally get one solid being melted and converted to some other solid. Sphere, not sphere, sphere is not in your syllabus. Cylinder, solid cylinder into a solid cone into a solid cylinder, and so on. What I now intend to do is number 17. Now see, the question states here, a vessel. Let us understand this problem. I don't know whether I'll be able to finish this. Let us understand this problem. I'll continue this on Wednesday next week because Tuesday you have a test. A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. A vessel in the form of an inverted cone is filled with water to the brim. So you have this as your inverted cone here. This is numbers 17. Number 17. So this is filled with water to the brim. Okay. It's filled with water to the brim. Its height is 20 centimeters. Fine. So the height is given to be 20 centimeters. And diameter is 16.8. So this diameter is given to be 16.8. Two equal solid cones are dropped in it. So two cones are dropped here into this liquid. Two cones are dropped. Okay. Say this cone is dropped. Let us draw it separately. Okay, this cone is dropped. So that they are fully submerged. They are fully submerged means they are, say, fine, not here. They are fully submerged means they are at the bottom.